So a couple of weeks ago, there was a guy who was on Twitter who posted up this screenshot or whatever of this woman saying that she gets tested every 3 months, and he was basically, having STD test every 3 months, and he was basically shaming her, saying that's too much, and why would you need to get tested every 3 months if you're not sleeping around? And I was thinking to myself, mirrors, how dumb can one be? First of all, when you get tested for STDs, they literally tell you in the frigging clinic to come back in 3 months. As in, I mean, literally every 3 months you need to be going back. And this is because they also test for HIV. Now, the thing with HIV is when you have your first test, it does not necessarily mean those are your actual tests. That don't mean it's conclusive. Like, I know some people have had a positive test when they first get tested for HIV, but when they go back again in 3 months, it turns out it was actually negative. You just don't know. That's why you're supposed to go every 3 months. You understand? To sit there and shame someone and try to make them seem dirty if they do even have an STD test, I don't agree with that at all, because clearly your imagination is running wild. To think that just because someone is making sure that they take care of their sexual health, that means all of a sudden they're sleeping around. No, they could be sleeping with one person and you still need to be going to have an STD test. Clearly, like Solange Knowles said in a song, you saw things you imagined, because there is absolutely no need for you to be making up that gibberish nonsense in your fucking head, chatting shit about how the person is a slut and they must be sleeping around for wanting to go to have an STD test every 3 months. It should be common sense. You understand? It should be common sense to go and have an STD test every 3 months. Like I said with HIV, but you just don't know. Even if you're only sleeping with one person, your one partner, things can change. That person could cheat on you, or even if they've not cheated on you, there are certain STDs that can stay dormant in your system for years, and then you start to get the symptoms. We're talking about damaging your reproductive organs, so you can't have children if you want them. Like burning when you're peeing, all these kind of stuff, and you just won't know what it is until you go get tested. You just won't know these things until you go and get tested. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to sit there and say, well, okay, I've not been tested, therefore I'm clean. Like, don't be afraid to go. Like, that's what they're there for. You know, the nurses that are in there, that's what they're there for. They're there to reassure you. There's even healthcare assistants in there anyway who work alongside the nurses. So there's literally nothing to be afraid of. But to sit there on Twitter and shame someone is the most misogynistic bullshit I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, shame someone for, like I said, choosing to protect their sexual health, making sure that they know that they are okay, that they don't have any physical health problems. I'm not understanding what you're shaming a person for. And it's just another thing, just another stigma that's attached to being a woman, that automatically, if she chooses to take care of her sexual health, then automatically she must be sleeping around. No, heaven forbid that she wants to stay safe and protected. And even condoms are not 100% effective. So, good grief, she decides to go get an STD test every 3 months, even if she has a long-term partner. Still, she's choosing to say, well, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't trust my partner, but I need to know for myself to make sure that I am still okay. Because you always need to know these things for yourself. You need to put yourself first. Never mind about other people. Never mind about what they're doing. Put yourself first always. Even in a relationship, put yourself first always. Your health should be your number one priority. You understand? Your health should be your number one priority. Never mind these silly little boys on the internet talking shit about how, about how, oh, she must be sleeping around, that's why she's got DM, that's why she needs so many STD tests. No. Do you know how juvenile that is? Big men on the internet over the age of 20 chatting that foolishness, and you don't feel embarrassed. Like, when's the last time you got tested, sir? Huh? Is your dick alright? Is it? Is your dick alright? She worrying about her fanny. You need to be worrying about your penis. You understand? You need to be worried about it. Because if you're shaming her for going to get tested every 3 months, which is standard, when's the last time you get tested if you're shaming? I mean, even if you're just going to get tested once a year, that's still better than nothing. You understand? That's still better than nothing. So don't listen to these foolish people who want to criticize you if you're going more than that. Once a year, twice a year, 3 times a year, which is every 3 months. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, don't be put off going to have an STD test as much as you want to go and have it done just because someone else is chatting nonsense. No, keep doing your thing, because at the end of the day, you will know for yourself and in your heart that your sexual health is good. Another thing I would like to say is this whole stigma towards a person having an STD. It does not make you dirty. I don't understand why people keep chatting this nonsense that having an STD makes you dirty. It doesn't make you dirty. It doesn't make you promiscuous. Some people have got STDs because their partners have cheated on them. Some people have, gone to get tested and, sometimes it's inconclusive. And then it comes up later that they actually do have an STD. That still don't make you dirty. Like, get that form of thinking out of your head. You are not dirty if you have an STD test. It's unfortunate. Nobody wants to have one, but it does not make you dirty. It really doesn't. And this whole thing about people who don't have STD tests are clean, please. Because I've seen some people's hygiene. Trust me. No, sir. And another thing, this whole thing, like people keep saying also about UTIs, urinary tract infections, that also having a urinary tract infection also makes you dirty. No, the fuck, it doesn't make you dirty. Okay, it doesn't make you dirty. Sometimes you've had sex, right? And you've not gone to the toilet straight away. You can get urinary tract infection just like that. Because you've not gone and peed after. It's that simple. It don't make you dirty. Honestly, it does not make you dirty. So some people need to stop with this foolishness. There are multiple ways you can get a urinary tract infection. Okay, it's not all down to sex, and it's not all down to your hygiene. I know that some people have the best hygiene in the world, myself included, because I don't ramp like that, and even I ended up with a urinary tract infection. And it was the most painful thing ever. And I wouldn't wish it on anybody, and I most certainly will not sit there and say that someone was dirty because they had a urinary tract infection. I will not do that. It doesn't make you unhygienic. It don't make you unhygienic. It does not make you dirty. Sometimes it is just what happens, and you just got to deal with it by taking antibiotics, and that's it. It don't make you dirty. It don't make you promiscuous. Okay? Sometimes it's as simple as I said. Sometimes it's as simple as you didn't pee after sex. Or sometimes your body can just be run down and then you end up with a urinary tract infection. So like the elderly, they get urinary tract infections quite often. And they're not unhygienic. So why is it okay to say it's unhygienic for younger people but not for the elderly who get them quite often? Like, use sense, please. What is it there for? But I just want to round off this video by saying, like I said, urinary tract infection, STDs, it does not make you dirty, so loud a crap. You understand? And if you choose to go to get an STD test, whether it's once a year, twice a year, 3 times a year, 4 times a year, at the end of the day, it's your business. It's your business. No one can shame you for doing what you choose to do, what's best for you. You understand? Let me repeat that. Nobody can shame you for choosing to do what's best for you. Okay, you as an individual, do what's best for you. Okay, I gone. Bye.